doing the same thing as what they saw that they were best at. Where we find us like some of us Africans, where we struggle to find ourselves that's where you find you do this and you do the other thing, you do all this, but you find it's failing because you were not prepared. Yes, hello. Thank you once again. I want to thank you. This is Davy's podcast, where I will be talking about different aspects of life, where we'll be tackling about business, lifestyle, spirituality, and life in general, where I will be even inviting some people to talk and to give their views on some topics. So I want to welcome you, all our viewers that are viewing this podcast. We want to thank you for following and being with us. What we request you is to you place on the subscribing and like, and so that you can always get our latest and new videos, that you are updated on what we're going to be producing and giving out. As well as I thank ISMART House for the production. They are the one behind the camera, so I thank them. Yeah, I'm by the names Gakuru David, the podcast host of Davy's podcast, where we'll be speaking about different things. Today, I want us to talk about a topic that I know some of us we know about it, or maybe some we don't, but I'm sure many people have ever come across such a thing that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be speaking about your star as a human, or as a human being, your star. Everyone born on this earth, when you're born, you're given a different gift, but mostly some call it a star, some call it a gift, some call it other names, but today I will name it as a star. So I want to explain more about it. Where everyone born has that uniqueness. You have your uniqueness as a human being. That's why actually we see some prosper in businesses, some prosper in academics, some prosper in other media and all other stuffs. You find people start the same journey, but you find there's those that make it and those that don't make it. But mostly, it's going to be a spiritual thing. I want to warn us, because a human being is made of three aspects of life. It's made of a spirit, it's made of a body, and it's made of a soul. So I'm going to be speaking about the spirit. The spirit comes from God. The body comes from the ground, because like we the Christians, when we read the Bible, it tells us that in the beginning God created man, and then he molded from the dust, he molded our body. So the body normally comes from the dust. The spirit comes from God. Then the soul is the man. The soul, it's you yourself. You are the soul. So, but with the spirit, there is a mark that the owner of the spirit gave it to you. Like if we are to say, like if today we're going to be seeing even the life of Joseph in the Bible, when you read in Genesis chapter 37, we read about the life of Joseph. We know all about Joseph. He was a dreamer among the brothers, but he was hated by the brothers, but simply because he had a different star from his brothers' stars. So, and he didn't know. So normally we need to even know. You need to discover, what are you good at? What are you best at? That is where you should put your focus, and that's where you should put all your energy, so that you can cultivate and make it work for you. Because every man or every human being eats from his or his own or her own star. The star, when I speak of a star, I said some may call it a gift. And like we know, that's why in business we cannot all make the same business. Like if I'm a business person, you may find another one is a musician, another one is a movie actor, another one is a footballer, another one is like, you find us, we are in different aspects of life, but trying to make it. But normally when you find your gift, when you find your star, that's where your door, your breakthrough is. So we have to always fight and try to know about our stars, our best, our own, the best thing that we can do. So normally people fight. So we have the two worlds that fight for these stars. There is a world of God, who gave you that star, and there is a world of the devil who is always fighting that star. So when God gives you the star, he gives you the mandate to keep it. It's you who keeps the star so that it can yield fruits for yourself. Like it protects you. The star protects you. The star provides food for you. But when it's not well kept, you find even other powers try to come and attack that star of yours. So normally we have to fight and discover our own life, so that you can know what you are. So today, when we look into a gift, or when we're speaking about a star is something that differentiates, makes you a different person from others. Is something that makes you very different, very unique. That's why you'll find people even try to fight you because of your difference. You're different from them because they may not understand what you're gifted at. But the moment you discover what you're gifted at, you try to cultivate and protect. The good thing, the Western world, where these white people, for them, they discover that everyone has something that is best at. And what they do when a child is born, they try to see and study the life of a child. What is he or she best at? And that is where they take that child to, either an academy or football. We see football players coming out from childhood playing football because they have discovered that gift, they have discovered that star on them, that they will make it will light. It will make them, stars tomorrow. So they start to cultivate that. They start working on that, so that human being grows knowing and understanding who or he is, he or she that is best at. So you find they are discovering from childhood, where they nurture them and grow up doing the same thing as what they saw that they were best at. Where we find us, like some of us Africans, where we struggle to find ourselves that's where you find you do this and you do the other thing, you do all this, but you find it's failing because you were not prepared. You were not prepared from childhood, from ground, from scratch, so that you could grow and be best at the thing that you're good at. Like we who do business, we've been trying to come up and to try to make it, but we find ourselves it's not that easy to make. You find you're doing this, you're doing the other thing, you're doing another thing, until you find at least there is something you feel you're good at. And when you put focus on that thing, that's when you find you're yielding fruits. That's when you start getting some income from it. That's when after you've discovered what you're good at. So brothers and sisters, what I'm trying to urge us to do is to try to know what am I best at. Because the more you fight with life, you'll find you're not making it because you did not discover who you are. When Joseph discovered that he was a different human being from his brothers, he started dreaming dreams, and he would tell his brothers the dreams. So they became jealousy. And when they became jealousy, the Bible tells us they even sold him in Egypt and all that. But after he had understood himself, he started fighting on that. He started nurturing that. And we see at the end of the day, the Joseph who was sold as a slave, we see him now as a king who is even providing for his family now. So, brothers, when you find your gift, when you find what you're best at, tomorrow that gift that you are good at will serve the whole and entire nation. I remember a story of our president that was told that when he was young, I don't know how true it is, but I heard it, that when he was young, he was going to school. He used to go to school, but now his parents, I think they were not doing well financially, and one time he was just out of school. That as he was going back, he was crying because he was just out of school. Now he finds a gentleman who meets him and asks him, "Young boy, what is wrong?" He says, "I'm just out of school because of the school fees." And he got him and took him back to school, and he said, "I'll pay for this child until he finishes his studies." Yet this guy didn't know who he was paying school fees for. But because this guy knew, that's why maybe he was crying. He was like, "I'm going to lose my way." So when he was brought back to school, we see he started, we don't know the other story of his life, but today we see him as our president. He's our president, he's a parent to the nation, he's a role model to many people today. But the way he started life, no one knew that, today he would be what he is. So we've seen many people in life, people that have made it, they did not start the way we are seeing them today. They started from scratch. They started from nowhere. They started as people that were despised, but today they have made it. I want to encourage you, my brother. I want to encourage you, my sister, that the thing you started to do, that thing you started to touch, that thing you're dreaming of becoming, that thing that you sleep and you feel you can do this, that's the thing you should focus onto. I tell you, tomorrow we're going to see you. Tomorrow we're going to be celebrating you. Tomorrow we're going to be fed by you because you dreamed and you got your dream. So when I speak of a star is a gift. Today I'm going to speak about its goodness, but I want another time I will be speaking about its side effect and how it is attacked. So, but when you have and you've discovered what you are, it penetrates a way for you that tomorrow you make it in life, where you don't beg. As long as you find what you're best at, I'm telling you, you cannot lack anything. You cannot beg, you cannot lack anything. So what I want us to do is, let's try to go by our hearts. You need to follow your heart. You need to know, you need to hear what you're best at. You need to ask your heart, what am I best at? What can I build? Where should I put my strength? What should I invest my strength in? And that will yield, will yield to fruits. So when you put your energy in something that you're not best at, or in something that you're not gifted at, that is wastage of energy. That is wastage of resources. That's why you find people regret at the end of the day, saying, "Oh, I wish I didn't do this." So instead of regretting tomorrow, I urge you today you should focus and know. Look for the strength. Look for your strength. Look for something that you're best at. I think we should focus on something, and even parents should try to know, try to study and look into their kids and study their lifestyle and their way of living. That's when you can tell a child will be good at this or will be good at this. So I think that would be the best way to go for a gift or for a star. Like if you want to nurture a star, you want to have a star, you need to go by that. Like looking into, what am I best at? What can I do best? What can I do that will give other people, will provide for other people? So I think we should focus and be mindful of that. So I want to thank you for being with us. We'll be continuing, and we would request you to be on this podcast. Subscribe and comment and follow us, so that we can keep you. You'll be kept updated on what we're producing and what we're going to be giving. So I thank you very much. Thank you, and be well. Thank you.